If this is what hell looks like, then I'm screwed. I was sort of hoping hell was more like a dive bar with blues music and cigars and whiskey, but Jesus. If this is what I have to look forward to, I better start making some changes. Welcome to the channel. My name is Oreg, and I like horror movies, the good, the bad, and the disgusting. Today we're talking about Hellraiser. I just recently watched Hellraiser 2, and I wanted to talk about Hellraiser 1 and 2, because honestly, this stuff isn't really my cup of tea, and I'd rather just get it out of the way early in my review career when I'm learning the skill and I'm not very good at it, because I don't care about Hellraiser. They don't suck, I guess. I've only seen 1 and 2. I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's not for me, you know? I don't vibe with these films at all. I think they suck. I have a small amount of admiration for Pinhead, I guess. I guess I always expected the movie to be different. Like, I feel like there was so much emphasis on the Xenobites outside of, the movie, just like from fans and stuff, that the fact that they're not really in the movie that much makes it disappointing, lackluster. It kind of reminds me of like a cross between a bad daytime soap opera and The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. The second Hellraiser starts with a recap of the first film, kind of like a bad daytime soap opera. I did appreciate it. I didn't remember the first film too much, probably because I fell asleep watching it, and I've fallen asleep watching Hellraiser 2 before. It's boring. I don't know. We find out Kirsty? We find out Kirsty is in the psych ward, and I don't know. She's in a psych ward. There's an evil doctor. You find out the doctor's evil. He's got the assistant. The assistant wants to help Kirsty get out of the psych ward because he finds out that the doctor's evil. They bring back the stepmom from the first movie because they pour the blood on the mattress where her blood is. And then things just get crazier. It's basically just a kind of like repeat of the first film throughout that part. Although at some point they go to hell and the Xenobites are there, and then the doctor like becomes a Xenobite, and I'm just like, well, he's like gross. He becomes like, what the fuck is this movie about? I've watched it twice, and the second time I'm sitting there taking notes, and I just don't know what the point is. Like, what are we doing? Movie is supposed to have a point. It's not mindless, pointless humor. They're trying to convey something. There's some sort of message that we're talking about here, and I think the main message is the line between pleasure and pain, like, um, you know, some sort of sadistic, masochistic BDSM thing. But my question is, why does the doctor turn into a Xenobite? Why does he look so much different and more grotesque than the other Cenobites? Why is he a monstrosity? What the fuck is he plugged into? Is he the avatar of this Leviathan god, of this labyrinth hell that is the god of flesh and desire? Is this hell? Is this just one version of hell? Are there separate hells? What's going on? Are there answers to this question? Are there answers to be found in this movie? Why does Kirsty pointing out to Pinhead that he was once human make him vulnerable? Why does she get all the Cenobites killed by the new Cenobite? Why is he stronger than them? What is the point of this movie? Why are the Cenobites fighting each other in the first place? Why does the puzzle solving girl solving the puzzle box take away the powers of Dr. Cenobite douchebag? Does any of this actually make sense? I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to learn. But I don't think this movie makes any sense. The one thing I do understand is that there's an emphasis on the line, with pleasure and pain. I think that everyone has some sort of relationship with the line between pleasure and pain, understanding that you have to have a balance of hard things, painful things in order to enjoy and like indulge in the pleasures in life. And that if you get too consumed with pleasure, it can become painful. And I guess if you get too consumed with pain, it can become pleasing. I'm not too familiar with that side of life, but hey, different strokes for different folks. This rewatch of the film actually somewhat made me appreciate Pinhead a little more. I think that he's kind of cool. I always thought he was lame, but after rewatching Hellraiser 2, I'm like, oh, okay. You know what? Hellraiser's got some. He's got something about him. He's got some style. He's like the BDSM demon goth boy king. I think the Doctor's Xenobite is really gross. I don't understand why he's so different and disgusting. He's like an abomination of what the rest of the Xenobites are, but I don't understand why. It's what makes me feel like this hell isn't the original hell that the original Xenobites were made from. It just and it really frustrates me that that's not like explained. I don't know. I feel like I get hung up on details that really don't matter and then I just rant about them. But this is like how my brain works. Like this is like why is he so gross? All in all, I'd give this movie 1 out of 5 stars. I think it's really bad. I think Hellraiser 1 and 2 are like shitty like daytime soaps with gore and hell. And also I think it's boring and not entertaining. And the whole concept is a little too fetishy for me. I know that whole thing's kind of right up Clive Barker's alley, but like, you know, it's just not really my cup of tea. Honestly, I really like the movie Nightbreed, and I also like he did this graphic novel called Next Testament, I think, or maybe it was a comic series. Either way, it was really good. I enjoyed it, and this was also, you know, everything he does is a little out there, but I enjoyed that one. If you like Hellraiser, feel free to tell me how wrong I am in the comments. Or if you have any recommendations for Clive Barker's work, whether it's other movies or novels or graphic novels, let me know. I try to do at least 3 horror movie reviews per week, so make sure to check those out. I also stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday evenings, and I play video games. I talk about horror movies and whatever weird shit you guys want to talk about. I'll entertain you. Check out my blog at oregsworld.com. Thanks for hanging out and have a good night. Wait, no. Wrong outro. Thanks for listening to my rant, and I'll see you next time.